We don't want to hear you telling us, now you see, last month or last 2 months, we got a dry season. Now I cannot give you animals, so please you give me 3 months, I will come back. That market, that inconsistency, they don't need it in the market. We want to call you that, Mister, do you have these goats? Yes. In market we need an answer, yes. Only. We don't. Now you see, I would have given you animals, but now I saw the time I sold you. Now I don't have. Others died. Those things, those excuses, they are not allowed. You can have those excuses with your people that you are working with, but not with the customer who has come to buy.
Not with the market.
Then another pillar is management. I have talked about all the pillars. I also talk about the genetics of the animals that you're going to keep. But if you don't put in place management, you're going to lose your money for nothing. Actually, the first thing that should be thought about is management before even you bring a cow or a goat at your farm. Because these people that are going to manage your farm, they are managing a business. Actually, for me, I don't like calling my farm a farm. I like calling it a business. Why? Because a business, there is the way you can hear it. A business gives money. Now, when you go to a farm, some farmers make their farm for prestige. You can find a very rich man. Now you say, you don't have a farm and you are very rich. So they just put up the farm for prestige. But for me, when I call it my business, I mean that it should give me profits. Yes, it should start spitting money, giving me money. So now, in management, first of all, you have to look at workers. To select best workers and those workers that have passion in what they are going to keep. If you bring a person who is carrying a luggage in the town and you bring him to keep your goats, when he does not know the beauty of goats, when he does not love goats. Goats are one of the creatures that if you are not patient enough, you can, because you can resist it from eating the other neighbors' crops. Before you reach there, it has gone back. You see, so if you don't like them, you have to kill it or to beat it badly. You see, so if you get a person who is going to work on your crops, has to love them and know the behavior of them, how they behave. Another thing in management, we usually look at the regular routines that we do at the farm. Checkups. That worker has to, or you yourself, the owner of the farm, you have to be knowing the behaviors of these animals. They are animals that when they are healthy for them, they fight. You can never find any goat near it. But one day you can go there and you find it. That is one of the signs that the goat is not okay. And the goat does not die abruptly, except when it has got a viral infection. But these bacterial infections, normal sicknesses, for them a goat can take like a week when it is just struggling. But a good farmer or a good caretaker, a worker, can just see its behaviors even before the day ends and say that this goat is not feeling okay, and you give it attention. You see? So those regular routines of spraying every week, deworming every 3 months or 2 months, depending on the location. But here you can deworm after 2 months. You see, vaccinating, because this is a farmland. You have other farmers, your neighbors, who can also in time come and start rearing goats or cows. So if you don't vaccinate, just remember that your neighbor is going to be your enemy, because for him he's not going to vaccinate, and he's going to buy the animals from the market, and he's going to bring all the infected animals. Remember, you are grazing in the same fields. You are going to suffer the same consequences. If the goats are dying the other side, they will automatically die. You see. So it is very good to always also have a chart. You put a chart that this month, we are going to work on this. And that chart must be evaluated by you, the farmer owner. If we are told to deworm on this day, where the goats deworm. If we are told to deworm and not to vaccinate or to spray on this day, where our goats sprayed, you have to always make that regular evaluation. Remember, this is a business, not just a farm. Then, and the last pillar, that's the genetics. You might have good workers, good management, however, you might have good nutrition, you might have good best houses in the region. But if you bring this kwara these local breeds, just trust you. Remember now, even if you're talking about milk production or meat production, you want to do it very fast. You want a goat that in 5 months or 6 months you are selling it off. And you remember, you might buy a goat at 500,000, but you will not sell it that much. Why? Because it's going to give you many kids. By the time you sell it off, when it is old, they will give you like 200. But remember, you have already got your profits from the kids that it has given birth. Because a goat, if you're feeding it very well, for me, I have a goat which has given birth. Now it gave birth to its 16th time. 16th time. It is making 9 years. 9 years, you see. But if you can go closer to it, you might say that it is having 2 years, because it is very well. And the management is okay, and also the breed is very good. Because now, if you're having these smaller animals, these local goats, to sell it to get some good money, it can make 2 years. Or 3, it can also go to 4 years. So, if I'm in a business and I'm looking at my profits in 4 years, do you know how many people have gone or have acquired many things in that period? Remember, if I start with you and you start with the locals, for me, I start with my exotic ones. In 1.5 years, I will start selling more. But you are still struggling. Remember, a local goat of 7 months, when you look at the exotic, it can be 1 month, but the local, that is 2 months. You see now, meaning that my exotic, by the time it reaches 7 months, it is a very well grown up goat which is even ready to be served, or mated by them. But this local, it can take even 1.5 years or 2 before coming. You see, now that is not it. You are just playing. It does not matter how many goats you keep, but it matters quality. Even if you have 50 goats, but in those 50 goats, if the season comes to produce, and they are giving you 2, how many kids? Those are, let us say, on average, you got 75 kids from those 50 females. Those 75 kids, if well managed, and let's say we got some accident from others, and we lost like 5, and we have 70 kids now. Those 70 kids, by the time you win them at 3 months, out of from breastfeeding and start browsing, you give them 2 months. You say that I'm going to send them those kids, and each kid, you know now the conversion of Tanzanian money might be different, but the difference is small. So, if I'm going to sell this kit, average, when the buyer has come, average, and I tell him that you're going to give me 300,000, average, you take them all. Because if I say I start picking just one by one, that one I need 500, that one will give me 600. You see, it's very good, bigger. But in average, I said no, I want you to give me 300,000. When you do times 70, that is how much? That is 21. That is money. In only a period of 7 months. And a farmer who is keeping local is still struggling. And to tell you the truth, that 21 million